Blessings, everyone. This is your girl Venus with Low End Theories podcast.
What's up, y'all? Happy holidays. This is Sam. What's going on with you, V?
Nothing much, nothing much. Preparing for Christmas.
Yeah.
I have one more gift to get, and it's just been the frustrating gift ever. It's for my sister, and like I said in the last show, like she's the hardest person to buy for because she has every fucking thing. So I've been trying to get this one gift online. I'll go online, I'll purchase it for pickup, and next thing you know, 4 or 5 hours later, I get a cancellation saying, okay, that item is no longer available. It's like, what the fuck? So I've been doing this for like 2, 3 days now. So I'm gonna have to make one last trip out to the mall tomorrow. I'm gonna go early. The mall opens at 8, so I'm gonna go as early as humanly possible and just try and get in, get out, get her gift, and wrap it up and be done.
Oh man, motherfuckers closed out here. Like they stayed open. They gonna stay open until 11 tonight, which is
Oh,
the
okay.
23rd. Which is the 23rd. They're gonna stay open until 11 tonight, and then close the eve and close the day, and then they open back up the day after Christmas. But
Mm.
fucking this whole Christmas shit, like this shit for the birds, yo. Like I get that this shit for the birds. Like I picked up the last gift I needed today. Like
Mm-hmm.
I found it, paid for it, and put it for in store pickup or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that early because I went to the gym today. So like I did that while I was eating breakfast, and as soon as I finished eating, I went to the gym. So
Mm-hmm.
that was one thing, and then like I've been tracking on my daughter's gift like all fucking week. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know why they just print the label and ain't nobody came and why they ain't sent the shit out. Cause that you can't tell me that this company didn't stop
Sit on
having
it.
just stop having UPS come by. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
they ain't came by this location in the week it was that y'all printed this label. They ain't been buying the week. That's what you want me to believe. They ain't been buying the week. So I'm steady checking it, and finally, like around 7 o'clock tonight, I get this notification like, "Oh, your package is shipped." So I'm like, "Okay." So I checked the fucking delivery date, and it's not to the 29th. I bought this shit 2 weeks ago. Like,
Damn.
I bought this shit 2 weeks ago with a guarantee. It was a guarantee that this shit would be shipped to arrive by Christmas. The day that I ordered the shit, the next morning I get a notification saying that it would be here by Christmas Eve. I was like, damn, that's pushing it, but glad I got it in right on time and shit. Like
Mm-hmm.
that shit just pissed me off. Like I was in the whole mood behind that shit right before
Yeah.
it was time for us to right before it was time for us to record. I mean, thankfully, like I had already gotten some stuff for my daughter, but it was all supposed to go with that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it was a package gift. It was a whole fucking thing. And
Yeah.
that shit just fucked it all up. And then by me not I'm going to get her on Christmas Day, but and then she'll stay for the weekend, but by the time I get here, she'll be gone. So I either gotta wait until the following weekend when she come back down, or send it up there. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like man, that shit. And then like so, as far as like it being a Christmas gift is worthless. You know what I'm saying? Like it's because
Yeah.
like it just defeat the point. And like they was like, well, we'll give you a 50%, you know what I'm saying, refund or whatever. I'm like, why don't y'all give me 50% off my next purchase? Like
Mm-hmm.
just give me a 50% get out of jail fucking free card, and I, you know what I'm saying, and we can rock that way. Oh, I don't know about all that.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta send
It's
this
not
up.
that hard.
We
If
gotta
you
send
if
this up.
mm-mm. No, if they were gonna offer you a 50% refund, then why not just give you a 50% off little gift card or whatever for your,
because that
like, what's the difference?
I get why, you know what I'm saying? I get why you wouldn't want to do that. Why you wouldn't want to give a motherfucker just 50% off of anything in the store. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Especially from the store that I ordered from. I really do get that. Cause I was
Mm-hmm.
definitely gonna run that shit up. Like it was definitely gonna be, man, I'm for real. Like it was definitely gonna be 50% off of some shit that was like, you know, four figures. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely gonna be 50% off of some shit like that. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it because I'm definitely gonna tax y'all behind this shit. Like
Yeah.
like this is a worthy offense of being taxed. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a
Yeah.
go get a brand new weekend out, you motherfuckers. Like that was the goal. Like that was the goal. I was man, y'all done fucked up. Y'all done fucked up this thing.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I'm sure she'll understand because she's older. So it's not like that was the one and only gift. So, just give her what you have and let her know, hey, it's still one coming. Shit happens. Like, I've been hearing a lot of people have these same stories. You're ordering stuff way in advance and you still don't get it in time enough for Christmas. So I'm sure she'll understand.
I guess, man. I'll just be glad when this entire season is over with. I'll just be glad. Like you got, I get that shit today. Then I'm watching the nightly news or whatever, and
Hmm.
this motherfucker Trump, Joe, like this motherfucker is a trip. They put two they put two bills in front of this dude. One was to get the military spending together, and then the
Hmm.
other one was for the stimulus thing. And he vetoed the military bill because there was writing in it that would make sure that like social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram and Twitter could not be
Hmm.
sued by what other people put on their platform. Just made like we can't be responsible for what third parties do. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty much
Hmm.
what it was. And he refused to sign that because if they held liable for what it is that come up on their thing, then they can censor what the fuck it is that goes out because they don't want to be sued for shit. So
Hmm.
when that right wing shit has started, or when they had began this whole thing about there being a conspiracy theory, or this conspiracy to get Trump to throw the election and all this other type of shit, and Trump was posting all of that shit, and they was either deleting his tweets or they was fact checking and shit, like giving people things to click on to fact check that shit themselves.
Right.
Like he saw that as censorship. So the only way that you can stop them from doing that is to not make them liable for what it is that goes up on the thing. So when they was like, okay, well, uh no, we gonna hold y'all, we gonna make sure that y'all we not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna do that. Y'all can run y'all own site, y'all can do what it is that y'all see fit. And
Hmm.
if y'all see something that shouldn't be there, then take it down. He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna pass this. So he vetoed that. Then the fucking spending bill, I mean the relief bill,
Stimulus. Yeah.
this motherfucker don't sign it. I mean, he don't sign it into law so they can go ahead and get the money going, and he don't veto it. So like if he veto it, then it goes back to Congress and they can vote on it again. And if they have enough members to vote it in, they don't need the president to sign it into law. That's how that checks and balances should work. So he didn't veto it so that they couldn't vote on it again. But then he put it out there like, oh, I want you motherfuckers to change it so that everybody get $2,000 and shit. But fam, like the Democrats have been asking for $2,000 for like 6 months, and all of the Republicans were saying no, and it was under his direction. Like he didn't want motherfuckers to do that shit. And the whole time, the whole motherfucking time, this motherfucker is talking about, well, man, the day after the election, when I win, I'm gonna sign the greatest stimulus package ever. You know what I'm saying? He said all of that shit. Then When it's time for the shit to come up, he disappear when he lose, show
Hmm.
up the day before he leave for vacation, and don't do shit about it.
Yeah, because I just saw like a couple days ago, they said that the amount is supposed to be $600, and last time it was what, 1,200.
Yeah, it was like 1,200 and 600 for every kid, some shit like that.
Yeah. So this time around, we're coming back lower. I'm like, at the very least, you could have came with at least the same amount, but you came back lower. And it's like we still in the same spot that we were in before in March. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
So
But who the fuck take a vacation with 20 days left at your job?
a
Like you
motherfucker that don't give a fuck.
like you got 20 days left for your job and you gonna take a fucking vacation. Like I
Mm.
I ain't never heard of no shit like this before.
Somebody that don't give a fuck. I tell you right now, it's people that I ain't gonna say no names, but turning in resignations, and then a few days before you calling out sick or taking time off because okay, I'm finna quit anyway, so fuck it, what y'all gonna do? So he pulling one of those kind of moves.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you already, but at that point, you've already. What I'm saying is, like, if you give notice of your resignation, like you get your 2 weeks, if you have vacation time, they gonna have to pay you that anyway. So like they gonna have to pay you that shit on your last check or whatever if you accrued it. Um, Either way, you know what I'm saying. What you really doing if you decide that you just gonna take your vacation is fucking up the money that you was gonna get from that place afterward. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the hit nor there. You was gonna get that money anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like if you if,
Mm-hmm.
if you if you decide I'm gonna give y'all my 2 weeks and I'm taking a 2 week vacation, okay, you was gonna get that money anyway. So now you just don't have another check coming. You know what I'm saying? Like you done fuck that up. But this motherfucker, like you still getting paid. Like you getting paid while you on vacation. You getting paid like you using our shit to go some motherfucking where. Like that's a tax paying plane that you jumping on.
Yeah, because he's coming back here. He's coming back to Mar-a-Lago. So he's coming here for Christmas. I don't know how long he's spending here, but he'll be here in Florida.
Like that's some bullshit. Like you gonna use all our shit while you on vacation and then not do shit for us. Like that man, please. Man, please. Like you a special piece of shit to do some shit like that.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Yeah, so oh my gosh, like other than that, in my world this week, like my housewarming party, it went so well. Like I just had
Yeah, it
my
was fun.
housewarming party on Saturday, and I did part virtual, and then I had people here physically, and it went really well. Like the virtual part, like it was a few people that had like some technical difficulties, but it was good. We did the little virtual tour, and we played a game, Would You Rather, and that was pretty popping. I like that. So now that kind of made me think like, okay, it's people that still not really getting out and getting to be around their friends or just do some shit. So why not host like a virtual game night?
Hmm.
So I'm getting that going in my brain and thinking of some games that I can host online for like a few people on Friday nights or whatever, just to get a game night. Because the I did Facebook rooms and it was cool, and I should have put on there like, okay, I'm gonna be able to see you, because there was a few people that popped up on the screen like, oh, whoa, I was in the bed. Yeah, I can see you. Turn your camera off.
I didn't see those people, but I'm glad. I'm when I joined, I saw who was there, and it wasn't. It was. I mean, it was who I thought would be there. So, like, it was fun. You got a really nice looking house and shit. Can't wait
Thank
to
you,
jump on
thank
that.
you.
Can't wait to sleep on that fucking couch. Like it looked like some shit that a motherfucker could sleep on and be happy in. But yeah, it was fun, and I like that. Would you rather or whatever? I haven't seen. I think I had saw somebody else do something similar to it, and it looked like fun. So when we
Mm-hmm.
was doing it, I did enjoy myself. One of the games that you should try to check out, man. I don't know if this is biting off of somebody else or not, but like I had saw this show. It became a show now. It was just something that somebody these comics was doing on this on like a Zoom call, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
they done made it. They done got into a studio and they done made it like a show. And what you do is you guess who said whatever the fuck it is that the phrase is or whatever the statement is. So
Okay.
it's called uh it's called Black Blasphemy.
Okay. I don't think I've heard of that one.
Okay, so what you do is you get three people, you have each one of them say something that the average black person would consider blasphemy. Like like last week I was telling you that this girl was on there and she said that she didn't think that Harlem Nights was funny.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody knows who did it except the moderator. Nobody knows who sent it in except the moderator, and then everybody else has to guess who the fuck did it. And it would, but you take turns guessing. So one person would guess who did it. You know what I'm saying? And you just take turns
Mm-hmm.
going down the line and shit. And it was fucking funny, man. Like some of the shit that people were saying, like one of them, the last one I saw, this dude was like, white people Thanksgiving is better than black people Thanksgiving. And his logic behind it was that white people experiment. When you see pictures on the every time you see pictures of it on the in the ads or whatever, it be looking delicious. They presentation be better, like all type of shit. Like it was funny. It was funny. It was another one where this guy or somebody had said that Prince wasn't as ain't as good as everybody say he is. Yeah,
How dare they?
yeah. It was funny, man. It was funny. So, like, if I don't like I said I don't I'm not trying to bite off nobody, so I don't know if that's like a copyrighted thing or anything like that. But if it ain't, and it's just a game that people play, that shit would be funny. That shit would be funny.
All right, I'm gonna have to check that out because I need a few game ideas that people can play virtually. Because usually, like in the physical, like I like to have a game night every now and again, and we usually play like simple stuff like Uno or Spot It or something like that.
As
Play a
long as you
little
don't play
card game.
Monopoly.
No Monopoly. Oh my
That
gosh, I haven't played Monopoly since I was a kid.
that's like putting an A bomb in your living room.
I
Straight up. Like, man,
haven't played that in forever.
I have never played a game of Monopoly that didn't end in an argument or a fight. Never,
What?
never, never, never.
Usually that's a spades game.
That either. That either. That either. Motherfucker get mad because they losing. I remember. I'm gonna tell you how much I ain't shit. So when I was younger, I used to go back home all the time, and uh, it was always on the weekend. So on the weekend, motherfuckers just want to have a kickback or whatever, play some cards, have some drinks, shit
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I was over this girl, I was over this lady house, this girl house that knew my sister, and they was like, man, let's play some spades or whatever. And I was like, okay, and they wanted to gamble, so we gambling. I want to say $20 a man, $5 a man, some shit like that. It was like $20 a man.
Mm-hmm.
So like as soon as a motherfucker lose, you know what I'm saying? You like, you start talking shit or whatever. Now, when you playing for money, when you get a Boston, that's double bubble. You know what I'm saying? So you don't lose 20, you lose 40. So
Okay.
man, I think it was me and my sister. It was me and my sister. Man, we ran a Boston on these motherfuckers, right? So I'm such an asshole. I take the money. I'm like, man, we finna go straight to the store with y'all shit. we went straight to I want to say 300 liquors. We went straight 300 liquors, bought another fifth of fucking another fucking fifth of Remy, came back and drank that shit in their face. Like it was funny as hell.
Oh damn.
It was funny as hell. We were super petty. We were super petty. But yeah, that caused the fight. But like I said, man, you can't. Like man, I ain't never been in never had a spades game, never had a Monopoly game that didn't end in a fight. Never. Fight
Oh
or
my
argument.
goodness.
Or argument.
Yeah, space games can get really, really heated. So can a dominoes game too.
I don't know. I think the fact that only certain motherfuckers can play that game. Like you could, as simple as it is to count to five, you'd be fucking surprised, man, how long it take motherfuckers when them dots start adding up. When you start when you start playing like double nines and double sixes and shit. Well, no, just double nines. When you start playing double nines, and motherfuckers sitting there and you see them, they hold that motherfucking thing and they're going. You like, hey, listen, man. Add
But
one of
you
them.
count using your fingers under the table, like, what are you doing? What
Hey,
are you
what the fuck
doing?
is you doing? But hey, man, hey, add the motherfuckers to the rest of these motherfuckers on here, man. It's just plus whatever that is, man. Hurry this shit up. Like, man, I done seen grown motherfuckers get kicked off the table for taking too long counting to five.
Oh my gosh.
Man, that's that man. I'm telling you, man, that should be funny. So
Simple shit. Real simple.
yeah,
Well, other than that, um, I was really excited to see the trailer to the new Coming to America 2 movie that's coming out in
yeah,
March.
yeah. I was
I'm
excited about that.
excited.
I
Like
was
I
excited
know
about
that
that.
they've been, talking about it for such a long time, and it was supposed to get released like a long time ago. Like I don't remember like what the holdup was. So I don't know if it was a COVID thing or I'm not sure, but I saw the
I don't necessarily
previews.
think it was supposed to get released a long time ago. Like I thought it was supposed
Hmm.
to come out this summer.
Okay.
And then they weren't they I think they were having trouble getting the studio to pick it up to distribute it
Okay.
for some fucking reason. I don't know why, but they just ended up selling it to Amazon. And was it Amazon? Yeah, I think it was Amazon,
Hmm.
wasn't it? So yeah, they ended up selling it
Hmm.
to Amazon. And the trailer, it looked pretty funny. I mean, it looked pretty funny, but the premise was kind of stupid. Like, who was he? Because you done watched Coming to America so many motherfuckers. Who the fuck was he supposed to have his baby by?
Yeah, that's what I was confused by because in the original movie, Lisa came from New York. They got married over in Africa. So it's like, okay, who was he messing with back in America that he had this son, this baby? So
Right.
yeah, I'm ready to see that one because I'm like,
Especially since
whoa.
he was so against the whole sowing my royal oat shit, and he was that specifically to find a wife. Who the fuck was he fucking on the side? Like that.
Yeah.
So they kind of lost me with that shit, but um
Now, if
I,
they had said it was Semi's baby, I would have believed that because he was.
yeah, because he was playing dick. But I would have even got it if um it was pretty much a let's do it again. Well, not let's do it again, the movie, but the premise where it was his son that was going to that wanted to go to America and see what it was like and shit. And
Yeah.
he went with his son and Semi, and they had all of these adventures and shit and running into old people and shit like that. So I thought it was gonna be something like that. But the idea that he got some baby some motherfucking well, I don't know, man. Hope I don't like I think Leon Rogers said it best, man. I just hope this shit don't suck. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I hope this shit don't suck.
Yeah, no, I'm really hoping it'll be really good. Like from the previews, it seems like it's gonna be funny. Like he played Eddie Murphy. He played all of those characters in the barbershop and stuff like that. Like that's his thing.
And
What makes it so
Arsenio
funny?
did
I
too.
was just watching the Clumps like a week ago or some shit, And I'm like, man, like he's the inventor of that shit, of playing multiple roles in one film. So hey.
Yeah, for a long time it was almost as if you couldn't see Eddie Murphy in a movie if he wasn't playing more than one, more than one character. Because after coming to America, like he did he was well, I don't want to say that. What I want to say is that once he did it, everybody started doing it because
Hmm.
short a little bit later, um Steve Martin was doing it, Robin Williams was doing it. Um,
Hmm.
and then even further down the line, when he got his shot, Martin started doing it. That like Eddie Murphy doing that. Let Tyler Perry do Medea.
Tyler Perry.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So like it was like once he did it, and then when he came back, once the technology improved and did the Nutty Professor, like it was over after that. Like everybody jumped on that bandwagon. Like
Oh
the
yeah, get all the chicks.
man, hell yeah, no, it's
It's
me and
all
four
me
other
in the
mother.
movie.
Man, it's just all me. It's me and four other motherfuckers, man. Like man, shit, that's it. Like I'm playing everybody else. Fuck that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with
So,
it. Get all the monies, all the bags.
yeah, yeah. I hope that's pretty good.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm definitely excited to check that out. So how's your week been with minus the shipping problem?
Honestly, like it felt good to get in the gym today. I really am like fat. You know what I'm saying? Like these like just being in the house and shit and not really moving around, uh dealing with different like different mental challenges, man. Like not necessarily getting motivated, but staying motivated to so many different things and trying to like you get started on one thing and then something happens and then you try to fight through it and then something
Mm-hmm.
unrelated to it happens and then you have to dedicate so much energy to that that it takes you away from it, and once you get out of that zone it's so hard to get back into it.
Yeah.
So like just all of those different things or whatever, and like just getting out there. And I didn't even wear like I normally wear my training mask when because I only put up shots today, so I normally wear my training mask or whatever, so it'll help me
Mm-hmm.
breathe a little harder, force my blood to work a little more, first force my lungs to work a little more because I'm I got a smoking history, so just to try to strengthen my lungs with it. I ain't need none of that shit, B. Like I was in that motherfucker. Like I think I was out there 15, 20 minutes and I was, man, what the fuck? What hurt back here? Like what the fuck is that? Like, man, I promise you, man, I promise you.
Oh my gosh.
Like my lungs felt like I had never used them before. And then um before I even got into the gym, you know what I'm saying, before I even stepped on the court, I spent like maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the dry sauna just stretching. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to go out there and pull nothing, and then that
Right.
that further, you know what I'm saying, stops me from doing anything else. So I'm in there stretching, and you know what I'm saying, hearing shit crack and feel like my fucking like man, I'm serious, man. I was hearing shit creak, crack, like muscles is popping, like not necessarily like in my joints or whatever, but just in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of my thigh. I just heard like 4, 5 loud ass pops and shit when I was stretching it out or whatever. So I was like, damn. So after that shit, I felt loose, and then I went and got into the steam room. I'm in the steam room, and I'm just breathing in deep and hacking shit up. Like I'm just coughing.
Oh
I
my
should have known.
gosh.
I should have known it was gonna be bad. Like I should have known it was gonna be bad when this shit started happening. So I'm in there and I'm just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth and shit. And the steam is, you know what I'm saying? The steam is the steam. It's like a eucalyptus smell in there and shit. Like it smells wonderful, but that shit was working. Like I was getting all of that shit up. Like I was coughing and you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, like I was I felt clear, you know what I'm saying? I felt clear. I felt good, you know what I'm saying? So I got out there. I might have got up, I think I got up 500 shots, got up about 500 shots. was saying using the jump rope for 30, 45 seconds in between each zone. And like it took me about an hour to finish everything, but
Mm-hmm.
which is normal, you know what I'm saying? Because that jumper was wet though. I ain't gonna lie. I was knocking all that shit down. So it went fast because I was hitting the shots. Like when them days happen, when that shot ain't falling, ooh boy, you talk about being out there 2.5, three,
Oh my
two and a
gosh.
half, 3 hours, man. Because I'm just trying to hit 10 in each spot. You know what I'm saying? 10 in each spot, and then hit 10 free throws in between all of that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
and then like I got two different ways that I shoot or whatever. So like man, I'll be out there for a minute if that motherfucking jump ain't falling. Then once you get tired, man,
That's it.
man, once you get tired, man, I hope man, thankfully I ain't get tired to like the end. But
It
yeah.
sounds like it went good. I mean, I know, like most of us, me included, like I haven't been to the gym since the pandemic hit really hard. So I was still going when it first really started. But then once it, started getting really bad and the numbers started like really spiking, I'm like, okay, well, I need to limit, contact with outside people as much as possible. So I stopped going maybe about March, April, somewhere in there. So I know I'm gonna be struggling when I do go back, but I have to take a look because I have my gym membership with UFit, but I've been hearing that they've been going through like a bankruptcy or some shit, so they may be closing a lot of locations. But if they do, okay, go and cancel my membership. They actually have a gym inside of my development where I live, so it's included with my homeowners association. So I could really cancel that membership and just go to the gym here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a
So
decent looking gym though?
yeah, it's a decent looking gym. Like they got a few weights in there and some cardio equipment or whatever, so you can get a decent workout in there.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
cool. Shit, it look like you got enough space in that motherfucker to make a little home gym or some shit. Get you some of them kettlebells and you feel.
Yeah, I actually have a neighbor that lives like directly across the street from me, and like in the morning, like damn near every morning, him and his wife, they have their garage made into a gym. So you pass by and they have their mats laid out on the floor. They got the balls, they got the kettlebells, what I'm saying, they helping each other doing sit-ups and shit like that, and they be in there motivating each other. I just be walking past clapping like, yeah, get it, do it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good shit. I love that. Yeah, couples working out together. Yeah, I
Oh
love
my
it. Do
god.
that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that
So,
I mean all of that, you know what I'm saying, all of that is a good segue into what we talking about for the majority of the rest of the episode, which is just goals that we setting for 2021.
yeah, yeah.
And that getting in shape and getting uh establishing a healthy lifestyle
Mhm.
is probably one of the first goals that I've set for 2021. Like the idea
Mhm.
of me being 210 pounds or whatever with no muscle definition, like like my shoulders is straight. You know what I'm saying? All of this last shit, all of that shit look good. You know what I'm saying? But all the rest of this shit, man, it's all bad, fam. It's all bad. So, like, just like I don't necessarily need to be like the biggest dude. I really don't need to do that. Like, I'm not trying to be the Rock. But if I could just lose weight and tone up, then I'd be great.
Tone it up. Yeah.
So that's my first goal. What's
That's your first goal for 2021.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, my first goal for 2021, I and let me just start by saying, because for me, I usually do like a vision board party every year. And I haven't planned one yet for 2021. I'm still trying to figure out if I can get a little party together. And some people still isn't coming out. I know you can do like virtual vision boards and shit, but I really like to get together with my friends, and we just bring a bunch of magazines and books and shit, and we have our poster boards, and we create a visual board of our goals for the year. So I was actually pretty excited when you like, hey, let's do our goals for 2021. So yeah. So for mines, the first one on mines right now is to create 3 additional streams of income.
3 additional streams. Okay.
So with the businesses that I have, one being a notary business and the other being a online metaphysical shop, I'm trying to piggyback off of what I already have and to create additional streams of income through those businesses, um, to keep a steady flow of income coming in. Because when you like the businesses that I have, they're so different, but it's like they play off each other. Like when one is up, the other is down, and vice versa. So I just want to make sure I'm keeping some good income coming in at all times. So that's my goal for, well, my first goal for 2021.
Oh, okay. Then we must be all on. We just must be two A alikes, or whatever. Because my second goal would be to generate 10,000 in revenue from my business, biz from my startup in the first quarter. So
Okay.
the idea that I have with the body butter, a lot of the paperwork is completed, and a I'm still waiting to hear back from my copyright filing, and
Mm-hmm.
that whole process of learning the difference between copyright and trademark. Like it's two different
Mm-hmm.
fucking things, and they apply in two different ways. So it's real important that people understand that. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
still waiting on the paperwork to come back from that. I still haven't heard back from the state as far as to what my tax, what it is that I should be charging for tax, or what my percentage is. So I'm still waiting on that, and then hopefully all of that comes in toward
Mm-hmm.
mid to late January, and then I'll be able
Mm-hmm.
to start putting the product online and actually starting to advertise it. So
Okay.
hopefully, once I get all of that done, with me securing a steady supply of raw material, and
Mm-hmm.
getting it in bulk, so I don't have to um, be nickel and diming and shit just
Right.
to get shit
Right.
in. All of that should be able, all of those things should be completed by the end of January. So I should be well under on the way to that goal. Even though it is kind of steep, you talking about
Mm-hmm.
5,000. You talking about 5,000 in sales in 2 months. I mean, a month for 2 months. I still think it's doable if I just, as long as I put things in motion, and get my
Absolutely.
production process solidified and
Mm-hmm.
consistent, then I shouldn't have a problem hitting that mark.
Oh no, not at all. Nothing is impossible. That's what I always say. So, okay, that's a good one. Um, my next one is I need to work on my time management. And that's always something that I've struggled with because I just get lost in the sauce sometimes. So I mean, I've been known for sometimes I'll have a little bit too much on my plate, and then I'm like, okay, I need to, I got too much on my to do list here, so I need to get a little bit better with time management, and just being able to balance out my day to day and my tasks. So that's one thing that I struggle with. So it's like I can make a list and I can check shit off my list, but it's like, some days it's like, okay, I got a little bit overwhelmed today and I may have 10 items on my list. I didn't get to all 10. So it's like I'll be freaking out. So so time management, getting better with time management, that's a number 2 on my list.
Okay. Mine You mean number three?
No, that was my number two.
Okay. So mine is more the spiritual component. So um
Mm-hmm.
at the begin not at the beginning of the yeah, at the beginning of the pandemic I had started studying 120 and supreme mathematics or whatever for
Yeah.
as part of the nation of gods and earths, the 5% nation of gods and earths. And I haven't completed the training. A lot of it is scheduling, a lot of it is last minute stuff happening and not getting it together. But I really want to nail down the 120 lessons of supreme
Mm-hmm.
mathematics so that I can, so not that I can close that chapter of my book, but that I can actually start living, how it is that I truly believe that I should. So that's one of the things. That's a huge thing that I want to accomplish in the coming year, and part of it is, like you said, just time management and getting a schedule together. Like I don't learn
Mm-hmm.
well with just random shit happening. Like if if I have a set schedule for when it is that I'm supposed to meet up, or how long it should take me to learn a certain thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I have an idea of what that should be, it's a lot easier for me to learn. I don't know why that
Mm-hmm.
is. Like I don't know why I need a deadline or I need an expectation date in order to learn things or to learn things effectively. But the shit worked for me. So
You
I
work
just
better under pressure.
I guess so. I guess so. So
Mm-hmm.
um I'm hoping that the guy that I'm hoping that the guy that I was working with is still able to do so. Like I had reached out to him last week. He hadn't got back
Mm-hmm.
to me yet. So, but in the meantime, I just been putting out feelers, man, trying to find somebody that could build on a regular basis so that I could get these lessons. You know what I'm saying? But that's a huge that's going to be a huge part of my goal system because it ties in to my ability to do everything else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because without any kind of I just feel like if you don't have a solid faith system, whatever it may be, you don't have anything to ground you or tether you to things. So
And
um
that's your foundation for everything.
right. So
So yeah.
and I've been walking around without one for so long, you know what I'm saying, half ass doing shit or um just not knowing what else it is out there to believe and not being sure about all of those other things. So I just want
Mm-hmm.
to commit myself to one thing and s- try to reap the benefits from it. So
Mm-hmm. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. All right. So that sounds good. Yeah, I know you've been working on that for a while and you've been sending me the math, the daily math in the mornings. So I look forward to those. So yeah, I know you've been working hard on that. So keep that up. You'll get to where you need to be.
I appreciate the motivation.
Yeah. Okay. So my number three is this year I want to, hopefully if all goes well with, traveling, but I want to do like a solo trip, like a solo international trip. I've never traveled anywhere by myself, not out of the country, let's say that. So I know that's, always been one of the things that I wanted to do. So I definitely want to put that in motion if I can this year or this coming year. So,
And go to
uh,
Montreal. It's the easiest way to do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's the easiest way. Well, you don't fuck with people that live in cold climates or moderate climates and shit. So Montreal might be a reach for you. But I'm telling you, man, it's a beautiful city. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It don't take a lot of planning to go. And
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of mixes of different cultures because of the French influence there, along with
Hmm.
the native influence as well as the um, uh, Dutch. Like it's so many different cultures in Montreal. You could just get a lot of it done in one swap, and
Okay.
not have to worry about a lot of shit. So just look into it. You know what I'm saying? Just look into it.
Absolutely. Write that on the list.
All right. So the what number I'm on? So
You're on 4.
I'm on. You sure it's 4? Yeah, I'm on 4. I'm on 4. Okay, because I went first. I'm so used to you going first and shit. I kind of forgot. So the fourth thing on my list would be getting closer with my kids. Each
Mhm.
year, I I make this a goal without saying it. I want to try to establish a better relationship with my kids because I haven't
Mhm.
been the best father to them. And while I know that there isn't, you can't really make up, there's no making up for lost time. Like once that time is gone, it's gone. But you can make the
Mhm.
best of what the time it is that you have left. I do believe that. So I just want
Mhm.
to make a better use of the time that I have left with them and make sure that I'm actually doing everything it is that I have possible to me to get that done. There's
Yeah.
a lot of times you'll say that that's what it is that you want, and then you realize like what the fuck it take in order to do that, or what it is that you'll have, what you could possibly have to do in order to do that, and then that seems so daunting that you just like, well, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'll do this, but I'm not doing that. I'm guilty of doing shit like that, like
Mhm.
especially as far as my daughter is concerned, because of you know what I'm saying the pending you know what I'm saying litigation and all of those other things that I have going on, like just feeling like you being compromised until the point you being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That feeling
Mhm.
is something that I think I've been guilty of just using to the umpteenth degree. So I really want I don't want to be a bitch for nobody. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that just being a little bit more assertive as far as to what it is that I want and what it is that I need, and then
Mhm.
try to best match that with what is actually possible and what it is that I actually can do. Because what it is that I
Mhm.
think I can do and what it is that I can do aren't always the same thing.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, you know, I don't want you to ever, doubt yourself because I just feel like you got a little bit of doubt, but you're an awesome dad. Like it's a lot of men out here right now that's not doing half the shit that you're doing. So you're awesome.
I appreciate all these kind words. You know what I'm saying? But you know, until it's not that I have doubt, but until I know that I'm actually
Mhm.
doing everything it is, once I know and feel that I'm showing and proving everything it is I say that I'm about. Once I feel that and once I know it, then I'll be able to say like, yeah, I know I'm doing all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be arrogance or anything like that, but
Mhm.
it'll it'll just be confirmation that I'm just doing what it is that I said that I would do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Okay. I got you on that one. So my next one is um once a month. I need to at least dedicate one day out the month where I just treat myself to a me day. So, and that kind of ties in with my time management as well because, like I said, I get lost in the sauce so much, and especially like with the industry that I work in the mortgage industry. So usually, like end of the month, I'm pulling my hair out, like I'm busy as shit trying to get loans closed and whatnot. So it's like I lead a pretty busy lifestyle, and because of that, sometimes I'll neglect myself, and it's like, when I really sit back and I'm like, okay, that time to self is very, very necessary. Like I need to have that time to like just get my shit together mentally and just not worry about everything that's on my plate. So I don't care whether that's in the form of okay, I'm gonna take myself to get a facial, or I'm gonna take myself out to dinner, or I'm gonna take myself and get a massage, or I'm gonna just sit in the house and just not do nothing. Whatever that is, or whatever that, whatever needs to be done at that particular time, I need to take at least one day out a month or whatever to get that done.
mm, man, I know how hard that is. Like it's especially in our society where you're not. It's not okay to do shit like that. Like even as advanced or as far as society and medicine has come to accepting and believing that people get stressed out from working too fucking much, and that stress leads to very bad things happening. Um, it's still not completely accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
people still expect for you to work 10, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week until they say that the job is done or they feel like you did something or
Mm-hmm.
anything like that. And like you have nothing to show for it outside of resentful kids or a wife that's mad that you ain't never there, or you got
Mm-hmm.
you still got bills you barely making it by and shit like that, and all of those stresses or whatever from just chasing money. I think that the society in America anyway, because there are cultures in other countries that have acknowledged this decades ago, but um it's starting to get better to the point where it's okay to say like, man, Joe, I didn't have a fucked up day. I need a minute. You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't have a fucked up week. Hey man, I need a few hours, man, for nobody to bother me, so I can just clear this shit out of my head. And to be honest, it's hard to admit that. Like
Yeah.
not because of criticism or anything like that, or outward criticism, I would say, but because of internal criticism. Nobody wants to admit that they can't handle some shit or that something is bothering them to the point where they need to sit the fuck down some motherfucking well. Like
Yeah.
nobody wants to do that. Like nobody wants to do that. Like even as much as they talk about our generation as being millennials and how we so sensitive about shit and how we quick to not do some shit if we don't fucking feel like it, it's a lot of motherfuckers that just do shit because they got to. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people that just do whatever the fuck it is that they got to do until it's handled, and then they worry about themselves later, if at all. I know a lot of people that
Yeah.
we either went to school with or that we end up meeting along the way that is similar ages of us that don't give a fuck about nothing else but taking care of what the fuck it is that they need to take care of, and they worry about themselves later. So it's not lost upon our generation. Well, it's not lost upon us that hard work pays off, but we just real. I think it's a realistic vision of it now that no, you can bust your ass your whole life and still not have shit to show for it until somebody shows you how to do the things it is that you need to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we've gotten better, you know, in our in our generation as far as our culture with sharing information and teaching each other how to do certain things so that we not just up against a fucking hamster wheel and just doing shit just to be doing shit.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
like I just really do believe that the quality of information sharing has increased over the course of the last like 10 or 15 years with just among us just trying to help each other figure this shit out so that we don't end up doing the same shit our parents did or doing the same shit that they parents did. You know what I mean? So with with all of that, like yeah, your day where you just need to just sit and let your feet soak or some shit, or go get your nails done, or have somebody rub on your big ass head of yours, like all of that shit is needed, man. Like you need shit like that. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely, because I think that not to fall too far off the subject, but I know like with our generation, we have this thing of no sleep until you get it. You're gonna get to the bag.
no sleep
No
till
sleep until
Brooklyn,
you
baby.
no sleep till you get that motherfucker. And it's like, okay, I found myself in that trap because it's like, at a point in time, I was two jobs, two businesses. Like, I was getting it. It's like, okay, at a certain point, I was like, wait, I need a nap. I'm tired. Because tired Venus don't operate too motherfucking well. That's when mistakes happen. That's when I start getting negligent on shit. Like, wait a minute, no, ain't fuck that no sleep shit. I need a nap. So
Yeah, remember when I think that was either earlier this year or late last year when Steve Harvey had put up that video, or he had that show where he was like, man, hey, we don't sleep, ain't no sleep. If you want to be successful, you can't be worrying about sleep and all of that. And he got like a whole lot of slack back from that shit. You don't
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Because he was like, man, you can't get sleep, you can't want to sleep and be successful and all this other type of shit. I was like, man, how the fuck do you get the energy to do all of this shit then if you don't sleep some motherfucking well? Then come to find out, this nigga taking naps in the green room and shit. Like, man, don't talk to me when y'all see me walking back and forth or whatever, because I need to clear my mind and shit. And this motherfucker's going in his office, or he going in his green room and he taking naps and shit, power naps between whatever the fuck it is that he got going on. So nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. Like,
Oh, you sleeping?
you sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Either you gonna sleep or you gonna pass the fuck out. Like that whole I'm not going to sleep shit, or I don't have time, man. All right, man, shit, because I know I'll clunk out in a minute. Like, because I know I generally don't go to sleep until almost midnight, because I'm either drafting or editing or brainstorming some shit to write about, writing, and then not liking the shit, you know what I'm saying, and feeling like I just wasted all this time. Finally go to sleep around midnight, wake the fuck back up at 4:30, you know what I'm saying, get everything as far as like the house is situated before I decide, like, man, am I gonna work out or not? I Yeah, I'm gonna work out. I do that shit for an hour, then it's back to the fucking screen, back to researching shit, back to writing shit by motherfucker by 11:30. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even ate yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even ate
Right.
yet. Just going and like feeling like you don't even
Yeah.
have anything to show for it, but you just going,
You
trying to get
going.
to the point where you
Mm-hmm.
got something to show for it. And I done been sitting right here typing and sounding like your motherfucking dog over there. Like, I look up, man. I'm in this motherfucker long ass fucking drool coming. I'm like, oh shit,
No, not the
I'm
slime.
telling you, man. That whole process of coming up, people. I don't really think people understand how fucking difficult it is to get something from nothing. Like, when you trying to pull an idea out from
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Like, it's not like, okay, I saw this. Okay, I saw that. Let me write about that. That's one thing. When you see that, and then you like, okay, I need to figure out how to put this into this. And I need to figure out what this is. Like, I gotta build this. So I need to figure out how to build this to put this in that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
like, figuring this part out, fuck you if you don't, man. Hey, listen, man, if you don't understand how fucking difficult that is and how taxing that shit is, man,
It's
I
a
don't really think you understand
process.
you don't understand that creative process, man. Coming with something out of nothing is a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
if everybody could do it, everybody would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody ain't built for it.
Man, everybody ain't
Everybody
built for
ain't
that
built
shit.
for it. Not at all. So yeah, I'm definitely on that, because at the end of the day, you have to allow yourself some time to rejuvenate, or else you just ain't gonna be no good. I'm
For
sorry, you're
nobody.
not gonna be no good, because I know how I am. Like, after I've been so long with no sleep, like I said, mistakes start to happen. I start getting grouchy, irritable, like, you know what I'm saying. So I need to stop. I need to sleep. I need to get some kind of rest. Like, I can't stay up 24 fucking 7. So it's like, you can still accomplish your goals and get sleep too. Like, sleep needs to happen. It's a necessity. It has to happen. So
Yeah, you gotta have that recharge, man. You gotta have that recharge.
absolutely. So what's your number 5?
All right, so my number five is the only one that I really think is truly selfish. Like, it is so self-centered and so self-serving that I have to say, like, it's just about me. Like, it's the only thing it
Mm-hmm.
is that I want to do next year that is completely and utterly and selfish and damn near conceited. So in 2021,
Mm-hmm.
what I want to do is buy my own Rolex. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I don't give a shit which one.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. Oh, I take that back. I care which one, but what I mean is what I mean is that I don't care which variation of that I get, but I want to get it, and I want to get it by the end of the calendar year of 2021, not the fiscal year, but the end of the calendar year 2021. And the only way that I'm
Okay.
gonna do that is talk about it and talk about it and talk about it until I figure out how to fucking do it and put all of that shit into motion so I can get it. And I figure if I earn $5,000 a month, that'll be a good way to
Oh,
start.
you done did the math. Yes.
Yeah, so that'll be a good way to start. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely what it is that's definitely a selfish goal. That's my only selfish goal because everything else will help everybody else. Like if I'm more centered as far as my own spirituality and what I believe in, that will show in my actions and my treatment of other people. And it would
Mm-hmm.
also give me a foundation to launch from as far as to how I conduct my business with other people.
Mm-hmm.
All of that would enable for my mind to be clearer in order to create and contribute to everything else it is that I want to do. So that being said, that one purchase that I want to accomplish is the only thing that I actually want to do for myself completely next year. The rest of the shit is to help other people and to help the people around me, like just to keep my cipher
Mm-hmm.
clean. So yep, that's about it. That's it. That's my five. Like it's all capped with a Rolex. That's it.
Okay. All right. I'm with you on that. Like you have to, be able to do something for yourself and treat yourself somewhere. So my last one is actually a purchase as well.
Oh, they're
So
biting. You
yeah,
was biter, man. You was biter.
I'm not a biter, but look, that was I could show you my list. So it was a purchase. So I don't have no pen over here. I'm not writing as we go. So no, the last thing on my list, it's a purchase. And this year I was, super blessed to get a new home. So I was able to cross that one off my goal list. So this year, 2021, it's time to get a new whip.
You want a new car?
Yeah, yeah. And, not just, wanting it just to be wanting it. I did get into an accident a couple years ago. Somebody rear-ended me, and my baby just haven't been the same ever since.
Mm.
Like the electricals has just been on some stupid shit. But whenever I take it back to BMW, they put it on the machine and like, okay, we can't find nothing wrong with it. But it's like, okay, why is my seatbelt signal keep coming on and I got the motherfucker on? Like, nah. So it's time to get rid of my cognac colored BMW
Oh shit.
and move on to something else. So I'm more likely I'll wait till like the end of the year, because that's usually when you can get the best deal on a car is at the end of the year. Especially if I get like a 2021 at the end of 2021, I can get a good deal on that motherfucker. So I'm waiting until the end of the year and go ahead and let go of my baby and get something else.
So your daughter older now. Oh, but you got the little one now. So you got to get something with photos, man. You can't get your coupe or your roadster. But you got an idea of what it is that you want?
Well, for right now, I just know it'll be another SUV. Um, so I'm not 100% certain if I want to stick with BMW. Like right now, I have the X3. So I've been kind of looking at the next one up, which is the X5, which is just a little bit bigger. Um,
Shit.
what?
That truck big as hell.
The X5?
That X well, it's big as hell now. Like I mean, when it first came out, it wasn't that big, but now like it's big. That X5 big as hell. Did you?
But now they have a X7. Like the X7 is huge. Like
Yeah,
that's
that
the
That's
The
like,
biggest in their line.
yeah, that's like that's like a fucking Suburban. Like that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
no,
X7 big
I
as
don't
hell.
need that much. I don't need that much. But it the X5 is in the middle. It's X3, X5, X7. So I'm gonna look at that X5 and check it out, and then I have a couple others that's on my list that I'll check out, because for a minute I was like so in love with that Range Rover. And when I went on the lot, like the sales guy had told me, you don't want that fucking car. I'm like, why not? Why can't I have it? Because that motherfucker is known to have transmission issues. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh.
man. I was gonna say the
So
same shit. Like, man, they ain't made a good Range Rover ever.
yeah. So
Like ever. Like it's always something wrong with the motherfuckers. And then like the Land Rover, um, the Land Rover, which is the boxy one, that one
mhm.
was the more reliable one, but it had fucking issues and shit. Like so, man, they super capable, but man, please,
Mhm.
man, motherfuckers, they come out the factory with gremlins in them.
Yeah. So, if I'm getting that from a salesperson that could have clearly got a good commission check off my shit and they said no, I'm gonna take heed to that. So
Yeah, because they started like 65 or 70, don't they?
yeah. Yeah. So I'm still weighing my options. I still have time, but I have a few ideas in mind. So I'll figure that out. So, I just wanted to get the house first and then the car.
So will you going to lease, right? Not buy?
I'm going to buy.
Oh
I'm going to
shit.
buy.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially not in that price range. Like if you was gonna buy a neon, not a neon, they don't make them no more. I mean, if you was gonna buy like
What the fuck is a neon?
that's what I just said, they don't make them no more. You don't remember them Dodge neons, man?
Them little bitty skate looking cars.
Whatever, dude. Yeah. So,
It looked like a
uh,
skate.
like you're not buying something like that's like that cheap, or a Hyundai or something like that, that like you would eventually be able to just give like to your daughter as her first car or some shit like that. You basically just want some nice shit to drive around in without having to worry about fixing on it. And I don't really think going the buying route is the best way to do that. Like, because if you just lease the motherfucker, you're not attached to it. They gonna fix this motherfucker if anything break.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time, like once you get done with it, or once you tired of it, you can just go get another one. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not that you don't have to worry about taking out loans or all of this other big shit that people do when they purchase big ticket items like that. And then plus,
Yeah.
you can probably just roll one of the motherfuckers over to your business, get it in your business's name and shit, at least the shit that way. Like get it fucking tax deductible. So
Yeah.
really think
Yeah.
about this whole purchase $70,000 vehicle shit. You know what I'm saying? Like really, really think about it. Because I would rather you lease the shit, and you know what I'm saying, when you get tired of it, you can get rid of it and get another one, versus you being tied to this motherfucker and then by the because shit always happen the day after the warranty expires.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
never fucking fails.
That's
Like
how it's set up to happen. So
it never fucking fails. Like this motherfucker needs a whole transaxle the day after the warranty ends. Like it never happens.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, with my current vehicle, the X3, like it just haven't been the same since that accident. So even though everything has been repaired and everything is fine, but it's just I can just tell it just hasn't been the same. So it's time to get rid of it before like other major shit starts happening, because it's just declining. So I mean, it's running well, but it's like them electricals, and once the electrical shit start going, like that's it. Like
Yeah.
just throw the whole motherfucking car away. Like that's it. So
No, I completely agree with you now, especially now that they are so centered around electronics and like the driver assist systems and the
mhm.
collision warning
Mhm.
systems and all of that other type of shit, adding girth to the vehicle anyway. and those systems being so integral to the operation of the vehicle. Like if one of them systems fail, then you pretty much are driving a worthless vehicle because those systems are the reason that you bought the fucking vehicle. So yeah, man. Really think about that buying shit, man.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
think
yeah,
about that
yeah.
buying shit.
So that was my five, right?
That was a
Yeah,
decent
one,
five.
two.
That was a decent five.
Okay,
That was a decent
that was
five.
my five. So yeah, I of course have more, but we was doing five. So that's
So
good. I'm glad we got the chance to do this one before the end of the year.
yeah, since that yeah, because this gonna be the last episode that I record with you for the year. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm going to Dallas, Texas next week. So my birthday is on New Year's Day. So I have plans to travel. Um, but don't do that. Don't do that. Let me have fun. That's part of my treating myself. Yeah, so I'm treating myself. That's I'm gonna start the new year in with treating myself.
that's
So
what's
I'm
up.
gonna go up there. Actually, the girl that used to do my nails, my nail tech, I haven't seen her for like 5 years, 6 years, something like that. She relocated to Texas, so I'll get a chance to see her and get my nails done and everything. I actually linked up with one of our um, high school buddies that's going to show me around that lives in Texas or whatever. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the weather though, but it'll be good. I was looking at the weather reports. It's like every night it's going to be like in the 30s. I'm a Floridian now. Like I don't. I'm
But
not sure about that.
you better bring that Chicagoan out your ass and act like you familiar with that shit. Yeah, stop
No,
fronting.
I don't have a coat. Like I don't. We discussed this. I don't have a coat. So
That is really ridiculous that you don't at least have some type of outerwear suitable for weather below freezing. Like
yeah, I
something.
have no. My outerwear is suitable to Florida weather. So,
I thought y'all at least bought winter clothes and then just put them in storage and shit just in case. Y'all don't even do that.
who do that? No. Maybe the snowbirds do it, but I don't know. I live here. I live here. So I'm not buying any, winter wear because that's always a question I used to ask. Like, okay, we live in Florida, but if you go to like chain stores like Old Navy, The Gap, whatever, they sell all this winter stuff. Like, where the fuck we gonna wear that, son? Like, where it's 80 degrees. So
Well, Venus. There are people that travel during the winter to cold locations so that they can ski and snowboard and other things like that. And what you don't want to do is to wait until you get somewhere cold to buy something to keep your ass warm. So,
mm-hmm,
in warm locations, they sell outerwear suitable for other weather conditions, which is why your ass is
mm-hmm.
without a fucking coat because you don't believe fat meat greasy. Your ass should have been bought one of them motherfucking Old Navy joints and just put that motherfucker up. Like it ain't like you expected to wear the shit every year or whatever. Like you spend like I bought a North Face uh bubble coat, I wanna say 3 or 4 years ago. I still got that
Uh-huh.
motherfucker. I don't that ain't even my primary winter coat. Like I got because I was working in the office and shit. So I got pea coats and I got um yeah, I got like two pea coats and I had all kind of jean jackets and shit that I just layer up, you know what I'm saying, and all that other type of shit. So it's not even like it's my primary coat, but push come to shove, motherfucker want to have a snowball fight, I got that motherfucker. So like I just don't understand like for this person that travels that so much of their life was built on travel, like you never wanted to go nowhere and and go skiing or go jump on a sled or some shit and go down a hill, go tobogganing, or no cold weather shit. Never wanted to jump on the ice rink and go around the ice rink and no shit. Like
Mm-mm. No, no, sir, not me. Mm-mm. Listen, I have had enough of my fair share of cold and winter and snow. I was born in the middle of the shit. I was born New Year's Day. I don't like it. Okay. So
That shit don't bother me
that's
either.
why I moved away from it. I don't like it. It's not for me. So, I would never see myself vacationing somewhere to go fucking ski and be in the fucking snow and dressing up like a snow bunny and wearing 2 layers of everything. Like, no, that's behind me now. I'm not trying to do
You
that.
letting you letting the you letting the best part of the year pass you by because the fall and the winter collections be the best shit
I
out
love
of.
fall. Don't get me wrong. I love fall. Like, give me a little cute little lightweight jacket with some jeans, some knee high boots, heel stiletto boots and shit. I'm gonna rock this shit. I love fall time, but it's just the beyond that shit I can't do. I can't do snow and ice. Like, I'm not. I'm not. So, I'm gonna, get some courage up. I don't know if it's gonna be the next upcoming year or whenever, because my daughter, she was a born Floridian. So she's never seen snow before. So she's been on her head asking me, like, Ma, take me somewhere so I can see snow. So she wants to see real snow. I just don't think it's gonna be what she think it's gonna be. It's not gonna be that cute shit that you think it's gonna be. But I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna take her. Let her do her.
and and that and that is exactly why Old Navy sells coats in Florida. You just answered your own question, man. Let's get into this law so we can wrap up this
Yeah, I
episode.
almost forgot. Almost forgot. Okay,
So we
so
got
we
law
are
10.
on Law 10,
Yeah.
48 Laws of Power.
Yep. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. So the judgment reads, you can die from someone else's misery. Emotional states are as infectious as diseases. You may feel you are helping the drowning man, but you are only precipitating your own disaster. The
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate sometimes draw misfortune on themselves. They will also draw it on you. Associate with the happy and fortunate instead.
Okay, so I'm just gonna come right off the bat and say that when I first started getting into this law, the first thing came to mind was energy fucking transfers.
Mm,
It does. So, like, if you've ever been in a room with someone and you come in and you got your own aura, you come in the door, you happy and shit, and this motherfucker over here sitting here miserable, and next thing you know, that bring down your mood because energy transfers.
mhm,
So it's a proven fact. And at the end of the day, you don't want to associate yourself with people that's miserable all the time, because that shit is going to transfer to you. So, you try your best. Like they say, it's a vibe, it's a mood, it's this, it's that. You want to stay around people that's going to build you spiritually, and that's going to help keep you in a positive emotional state. I don't want to be around you gossiping all the time, you bullshitting all the time, you miserable and just on some bullshit all the time, because that's not what the fuck I'm on. So
right.
I'm not gonna let you take me from here to down here. No, that's not what we're trying to do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk the fuck away and leave you right here with your miserable ass, and I'm gonna move the fuck on.
Yeah. Yeah. That is something that gets lost among people, just trying to help everybody or trying to
Mm-hmm.
be. That's how you become known as a Captain Save a Hoe. Like when you associate yourself consistently with people that are always fucked up, that never get out of the shit that they in, never climb
Mm-hmm.
themselves out of that hole that they seem internally stuck in, never be able to progress just never be able to progress past a zip code. Like I know people that have moved over and over again inside of the same zip code,
Mm-hmm.
never really truly progressing in life, just staying in the same spot and around the same people who do the same things over and over and over again, and then wonder why things are the way that they are. They're that way
Mm-hmm.
because that's the way that you want them to be. Like you're not, if you don't do anything differently, how could you expect anything differently? One of
Oh,
the
absolutely.
one of the things that really sticks out to me in the chapter is listed in the keys of power, where he says, those misfortunates among us who have been brought down by circumstances beyond their control deserve all the help and sympathy we can give them. But there are others who are not born to misfortune or unhappiness, but who draw it upon themselves by their
Mm-hmm.
destructive actions and unsettling effect on others. It would be a great thing if we could raise them up, change their patterns, but more often than not, it is their patterns that end up getting inside and changing us. The reason is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Humans are extremely susceptible to the moods, emotions, and even the ways of thinking of those with whom they spend their time.
And I actually have that very same part highlighted in my book.
Yeah, that I mean, because that goes right back to what it was that your point was, as far as energy being contagious, and that you you can either suck the energy out of a room or bring the energy into a room. Like just being around those type of people, and how people can really affect the mood of everybody else around them simply by how it is that they are, because misery loves company and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely understand how this is a law of power, simply because like there's power in your effect on people, and there's
Mm-hmm.
power in what people can affect you to do. Like if you like this there's this famous this guy had this famous saying, where he said that if you show me your five closest friends, I'll tell you I'll tell you your future. I'll tell you where you'll be in 5 years. Just show me your five closest friends. I'll show you where you'll be in 5 years, just because your friends are a reflection of who you are. So if like my my brother used to say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to lead the room. Like
Exactly.
he would say, like, man, you need to be in a room, or you need to be around people that you can either learn from, or that by teaching them something, you can gain something from them. Like you don't want to ever just be the smartest person in the room,
Mm-hmm.
because you have no ability to learn. Like everybody is just there for you, and you're not getting anything beneficial from it but adulation. Like you can't do anything but adulation.
Oh no, absolutely. And then not only that, it's that um as we get older and we progress and we grow and we learn and we evolve, um, the people that you associate with is gonna change. So it's you're gonna have a different cycle of friends for each stage in life that you go through.
Right.
So, as you know, like I said, go through shit, you're gonna have a different circle of friends. So my same friends that, I maybe had from 20 years ago, we may not necessarily be vibing on the same shit that we was vibing on 20 years ago.
Right.
And that's just how it goes. Like everything happens in divine timing. And I'm a firm believer that, people are sent to um help you get through something or help you navigate through a certain portion of your life so you can get to your next stage or your next path or
Right.
whatever. So then once that's done and complete, that person may mysteriously drop out of your life because now the mission is complete. So, but at the end of the day, your friends are going to change. The people that's around you, they're going to change. Sometimes your family may even fucking change. It happens. But at the end of the day, the whole point is to be constantly moving and constantly growing and not staying in the same or not being stuck in the same space, in the same place. Like I don't never want a motherfucker to come to me 5 years from now and I still be on the same bullshit that I'm on now. Like I can't see it.
All
I
right.
can't see it.
And the just the idea that um people being comfortable with letting people go and just understanding like, yeah, you either useful or you useless.
Mm-hmm.
And there being nothing wrong with that. Like it's just a fact of what
Mm-hmm.
it is. Like in the animal kingdom, they leave motherfuckers that's sick and old behind quick. There ain't nobody coming back for you. Like your time is coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to move the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? And in all aspects of anything in in the living, you know what I'm saying, in our lives, anything in our lives, like you get that. Like it's like, oh, okay, well, nothing lasts forever. Like you're supposed to move on from shit. Like you're supposed to get what it is that you
Mm-hmm.
can from it and then move the fuck on. And I don't think a lot of people understand that or get that until it's too late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, they take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Like that's what it is. And I think a lot of times what hinders us is that we're holding on to something or holding on to the idea of something, and this is the main shit that's holding you back from you growing and getting to the next stage and completing your goals. So sometimes you just fall into that level of comfort, but that level of comfort be the same shit that's what's holding you back and hindering you. So that's why one of my quotes that I love to tell all the fucking time is that you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that same comfortable shit is gonna be the shit that fuck you up. And you know what I'm saying? So you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because when you're in an uncomfortable position, that means you moving, that's you growing, that's going to new territories, that's learning new shit, and you know what I'm saying, just looking at things differently than what you used to. So you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, because when you're comfortable, you're stuck in a box, you're not going nowhere outside of that box, and that's it for you.
That's pretty much how it goes, man. So you got anything else?
No, that's it. So that's all I have for the law, and I'm gonna be packing it up and shipping out. And I guess I will take a trip over to Old Navy so I can find me a coat for Dallas.
All right, well, I wish you luck in doing that then, man. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and let y'all go for the week, but this has been a Low End Theories podcast. I've been Sanford.
And this is Venus signing off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please remember to like and subscribe. And thank you so much, everybody. Have a happy and blessed holiday. Stay safe.
Thank y'all.